Good evening from the saltine bucket. No one's here. I'm the only camper van right now. One other guy. But yeah, it's only like 6:45 p.m. and I'm here early, but it's already getting dark. It looks a lot lighter than it is. So it's going to be freezing cold tonight. It's going to be like in the 30s. So tomorrow morning, I might have to break out my sleeping bag tonight, but tomorrow morning I'll go for a bike ride a little bit later in the day. I'm so glad I got my whole van sorted. I am going to continue sorting tonight just to keep warm, even though it's like 63 right now, but it's cooling down a lot. And yeah, so over here early. So there's a big old space for some massive Giganta RV. It's okay. But yeah, I parked over here. They don't care. As far as I know, I've been here almost 2 months now. And I've got another, it's Tuesday, so I've got Wednesday through next Thursday before I have to drive home. So just, 8 more days. It's been a good 3 weeks. I'm getting a lot done. Still family stuff to deal with, but I'll deal with that when I get home. And so I talked to my daughter last night. We'll talk to each other on Thursday as well. And then next week is my birthday on Friday. So I don't normally do anything for my birthday. It's just kind of a non-event. Don't really care for it. I'll do stuff over the weekend with my daughter to celebrate. And I told her to find me something. She's like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I don't know, find me some winter stuff, like hat, scarf, not gloves. I don't need gloves, just hat or scarf or something wintry or something for the van. So that's what she has to come up with. Usually she'll go shopping with her grandma and they'll find something. But yeah, anyway, beautiful somewhat sunset. It's just so pretty out here. Yeah, who knew that Albuquerque would be such an easy place? It's just beautiful weather. Everyone's real nice. And when I was unpacking and sorting the van today, the police drove by just to do a check, and they just kind of waved at me, and the fire department waved at me, and I was like, yes, come by. No civilians were harmed in the cleaning of my van today. So it was pretty funny. Okay, well, I'm just gonna finish my tea and probably make another cup of tea, watch some YouTube, and just maybe export some videos. I don't know. I've got videos up until like November 8th. So next week I can just sit and export all the videos, the 9 or 10 that I've done, and then upload those from the Wi-Fi in my van. I haven't even gone to a library here yet. I've been here for 6 weeks and I'm still haven't set foot in a library. So I might do that if the library Wi-Fi is good. Maybe just do like a library day one day if I take a day off. But I enjoy my bike rides. So anyway, I've got hiccups now. So I will see you guys in the morning. Bye-bye. Good morning. It was 32 degrees this morning and it was glorious. Now it's hot. So I'm heading out and I'm going to do my bike ride. It's about almost 10 a.m. I can't believe my morning starts so late, but I do stuff in the morning. I sort things out. I have a nice breakfast. I work on my computer a little bit, export videos and edit and stuff like that. Do what I can. My hand's been really hurting. My wrist has been hurting for the last couple of days. I think because of the change in the weather. But anyway, so I'm gonna go do this. After that, I think I'm probably gonna go find a library. I don't know. I should be done by like 2. I'll probably either go to a Starbucks or find a library. I've got to charge everything. The security, rent-a-cops. Okay. So I hate police officers because of what they did to me. I get like triggered because I haven't committed any crime. I never have. Not in my single entire life have I ever committed a crime. But I was swatted by an ex 6 years ago and permanently disabled from it. So don't call in like a fake report on somebody and have them beat up. I was just, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, still kind of dealing with that. Okay, my van is shaking at 40 miles an hour. Okay, there we go. I think I need new tires soon. Everything's falling apart, like tacos. I do need to go back up there. I should have done it yesterday, but I was so tired. When I was done, go up there and cut the paddle board off and dispose of it. So I just need to find somewhere to throw it away that's not like the park. I mean, I throw my regular trash away in the park, like my small trash bags, which is fine, but there's no dumping. So I can't just dump my, entire paddleboard, 10-foot paddleboard out there. I never really use it. I need to call Uru Kayak. I did email them, and Artie, the guy that founded the company, I met him at an airport in San Diego 3 years ago. I did email him and let him know that he kind of still owes me an Uru kayak. So I still have any room for it. I probably still don't have any room for it. But anyway, so yeah, so other than that, I think I'm going to go on the marketplace and start looking for accessories for the van. I was going to put some like cargo boxes on the back of the van, but I don't really have room with the bike. And then, yeah, I don't know. I need to see if there's any accessories that I can buy just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. I need to finish organizing my last closet here, get the clothes sorted, and then I'm done organizing. Then I'm going to organize the stuff on the front. I've got a whole cooler full of food that I haven't eaten, so I probably need to throw some of that away. So I'll do that today after I'm done with the gym. I don't think I need to be on my computer today. I just need to charge everything. So I wish I could just plug in somewhere. I need a driveway. Anybody in Albuquerque want to give me their driveway and a 40-foot extension cord? But anyway, so yeah, so let me go this way to the Bosque Trail. It's going to be nice today. It's cold, which is good. So I'll do my... Something's falling. I'll do my 20 miles and then 27 miles. Sorry, just to toot my own horn. Do my 27 miles. Have a blue sky, please. There we go. There's a blue sky. Yeah, so I'll do that, and then I will go ahead and just finish sorting the van out. I think I'll just stay in the parking lot. Got some eggs, so I'll finish some eggs for lunch with the spinach. Maybe some bruschetta on it. I've got cheese, yeah. That's all I think about. Like, I'm going to go do a 27-mile run, and all I'm thinking about is what I'm going to have for lunch. But I do plan ahead because I have to think about what I'm going to put in my fridge and what I'm going to, like, eat. Like, I have to eat everything in order of when it goes bad. So there's some days where I have eggs 4 days in a row. There's other days where I'm having soup. Like, I had soup yesterday, which was really good. I had corn poblano soup with some cashew nuts. And then for my snack in the evening before bed, I had some cheese. So it was good. Yeah, a lot of protein. I don't eat a lot of bread. But I do need to probably find some farmers markets around here, that kind of thing. I did sort everything out in my van, little plastic containers. That's all in my closets and everything. Everything is now sorted according to what it is. So I've got like toiletries in one. I've got gadgets in another. I've got tools in another one. I found my shit shovel, which I've never used, you know, knock on wood, never used my shit shovel. But yeah, so I sorted everything out, so I forgot where everything is now. But if I need something, I only have to grab one container instead of grabbing all 6 containers and going through every single one. But anyways, yeah, so it's nice and cold today. I do need to vacuum. There's a vacuum place there, but I don't think my van... No, I need to go to a different vacuum place. Like the one in Bozeman, the only redeeming quality of Bozeman, which I hated Bozeman, the only redeeming quality was that next to Duds and Suds, they had an RV-sized vacuum cleaning place, which I never used. But I do need to vacuum. Maybe I can take the mat out, and I just need to vacuum the carpet that is in my rug that's in the van. Oh, anyway. Yeah, so finishing off my tea, and I'm just going to go ride. So I will see you guys when I see you. Oh, the balloon museum. I do want to go to the balloon museum. Never been there. So anyway, the world's going to shit. Apparently there's 42 million people that aren't going to be able to eat in November and feed their families because they're not getting their SNAP benefits. Yeah, it's just, and it's not just SNAP, it's like other benefits as well, and people go, oh, you know, they should just go out and get a job. Have you seen the economy right now? Unfortunately, AI and outsourcing to other countries has you know, killed a lot of marketing jobs. Plus, with the economy, people not spending as much money, then companies aren't spending as much on marketing. So my friends that don't have the luxury of living this lifestyle or a lifestyle below their means, like they still have mortgages and kids in college and all that stuff, they're hurting. I mean, you know, the SNAP benefits, childcare is so expensive that some people have to take like a lesser paying part-time job so they can go pick up their kids rather than paying $1,500 a month in childcare. I mean, the whole thing, the way that each state has just kind of screwed everybody, and everyone's like, oh, just, you know, they should have kids. that whole like bullshit thing. Like, really, you know, we're humans, and like, if you've ever seen Children of Men, that movie scared the crap out of me, where there's no more children. Like, for 18 years they didn't have a baby. And it's like, it could happen. It could be a global pandemic that causes worldwide male and female infertility. I don't know. It's actually a really good movie, but it did scare the crap out of me when it came out. And so, because I was told I couldn't have kids, I got very sick when I was 21, and then I had my daughter in 2012. So, yeah, but that movie came out in between that. But no, I mean, people that say, well, you know, if you can't afford kids, you shouldn't have them. maybe they could at the time, but the economy, the pandemic, maybe they got out of a domestically violent relationship and they hadn't worked during the time they were married while their husband was beating the crap out of them. You don't know their circumstances, and having children is not the reason to blame somebody for having to be on benefits. In 2016, my daughter and I lost our entire home to a hurricane, and a couple months before that, I lost my job and probably my career at the time because I refused to pump breast milk in a toilet. And they fired me, and I sued them, and it took a while for me to get the lawsuit money. But I will tell you right now, do not tell a breast pumping woman to go pump in a toilet. That's disgusting. You want to go eat your lunch on the toilet? No. I mean, anyway, but yeah, so they had taken my pumping room away after being there for a year. When I have a right to breastfeed as long as I want, the law says I have a right to pump breast milk or express breast milk wherever I'm authorized to be, and they have to provide me with a room that's close to my desk, that has a chair, a locking door, a plug, well lit, close to my desk, all that stuff. They didn't do that. They took my room away that was right behind my desk, gave it to a temp, and my boss was going on about, I'm a religious man, and breasts are for the husband, and I'm like, you're an idiot. And then he said, well, you're gonna have to you have to pump in your car, you're gonna have to pump in the toilet, you're gonna have to pump at home. And I'm like, I can't go home on my lunch break, I work downtown. So from the day that they told me, we've taken your room away, given it to the temp, who wasn't even here, it's only there one day a week. And so then they said, well, you're gonna have to pump in the bathroom. I said, that's absolutely disgusting. I will pump in the conference room at lunchtime, the one conference room that doesn't have a window facing into the office. And the Australian guys who worked at my company refused to allow me to do that because they wanted to watch football at lunchtime. And I was like, okay, but I need to literally express breast milk. Like, okay, then fine. And I told HR, I said, okay, I'm legally allowed to just sit at my desk, which is in the middle of everything, and pump breast milk because my daughter needs to eat and I'm feeding 15 other babies. And if I don't pump because I'm not ready to stop and my body is not ready to stop, then I will get what's called mastitis, which means that I'll end up being out of work for 10 days on antibiotics as I get a horrible breast infection. Well, I'm talking about breasts or anything, it doesn't matter. But what the point is that you don't know somebody's circumstance, why they ended up on benefits. Benefits, for the most part, are temporary. And yeah, if somebody has 6 kids on benefits, most likely their husband beat the shit out of them and they had to leave to protect their kids. And the first thing they're going to do is figure out a way to feed their kids. And everybody in this country, no matter what socioeconomic situation you came from, whether you were super wealthy and then you weren't, or you just grew up in poverty, or you're middle class, whatever it is, those benefits are for everybody if you qualify. And anybody, parking the wrong way, sorry. Anybody that thinks that they're going to judge somebody, are probably the ones doing this stuff. Anyway, whatever your circumstances, just know that most situations are temporary and that the government is supposed to provide, some sort of assistance, and it's called supplemental nutritional something plan. It's supplemental. It doesn't mean people live off food stamps. It's that it's supplemental. For the most part, they get a little bit extra to supplement the fact that their minimum wage, which is only like $7 an hour, doesn't feed their children. And schools don't offer free lunch. They don't even offer free milk. In my daughter's elementary school, it had a big sign that said, there is no such thing as free milk. And I was furious. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. These kids don't even get milk, So yeah, it's a mess here in the States. And I don't know. Not everybody has a choice just to get rid of their apartment or house and sell everything and move into a van, which, van life isn't free. I mean, you still have to pay for gas and insurance. But the bottom line is that just don't judge people right now. There's 42 million people. Probably your neighbor, probably someone that your hairdresser or your cleaning lady or, your teacher. There's somebody that probably has some sort of assistance at some point in their life. And if you think that feeding children is wrong, then you should just get on that little shuttle that's going to Mars in a couple years, and you should just stay there because that's how you are. If you think that people getting benefits is wrong, then you're saying that feeding kids is wrong. And yeah, so I've been there in that situation when I left my daughter's father 11 years ago. and I left with nothing and I had to start over. So I lowered my expenses, and then I took some time off and I worked part-time. And during that time, things didn't get any better. Things got worse. And for my safety and my daughter's safety, we left. And then we started the custody process. And that was in 2014. That was 11 years ago. And I was on WIC. WIC is where like they give you, like every month you get something like, you know, you get like a jar of peanut butter, you get a dozen eggs, you get milk, cheese. And because I was breastfeeding, I have to eat, you know, and it was actually cheaper for me to breastfeed than buy formula. I actually didn't know what formula was. And, you know, fed is best if you can't breastfeed, or you choose to use formula, or you try breastfeeding, it doesn't work, or, you know, whatever reason, perfectly fine. Fed is best. But breastfeeding was best for us, and I didn't have any issues with it apart from my employer. But then, yeah, I had to use assistance, and we went to some of the local charities to get furniture and clothing and gas vouchers, because I was leaving a not good situation. Now, should my daughter and I have been blamed for choosing to leave and have to ask for some help for a couple months? No. And if you think that I should have stayed in that situation, or if you think any woman should have stayed in that situation, and you're going to say that women that are not, you know, getting, or families in general that are not getting their supplemental assistance, you think that somehow they're to blame, you have no idea. I run a nonprofit for domestic violence survivors as well as combat veterans and those with PTSD. And I can tell you right now that there are many that stayed as long as they could, because they were like, I'll just stay till the kids are 18 because I can't afford a custody lawyer, can't get out of this situation, I can't afford an apartment, I haven't worked in years because I was raising kids, no one's going to hire me. That's the problem. The people that do not hire the stay-at-home mom, the people that make it very difficult for somebody that has never had any proof of income for years to try to get an apartment. I mean, the landlords and the bosses, and they're the ones that are more of the problem than the mother that left an abusive relationship. She's not even a problem. I mean, would you rather have somebody in that situation? So if you think that feeding children is bad and women and children should stay in domestically violent households, then again, get on this little space shuttle and go to Mars and don't come back. Anyway, that said, I'm part wonky. I gotta straighten up. I'm gonna go do my bike ride, and it'll be glorious. People just stand right behind my van. Do you not know that I'm reversing? Anyway, someone almost hit me last night. They were right in my blind spot, and they jumped into my lane when I was trying to make a left turn, and I was like, that's my lane, dude. Stay in your lane. Oh, let's go back here. Anyway, my car is still at the airport. So it's been there for like 2 weeks now. Have I been here 2 weeks? No, I've only been back a week and a half. Today's Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. What day is today? Today's Wednesday. All day. I don't even know. It's 46 degrees. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna go do my bike ride, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.